our patron is, the program of activities, recognize our slogan winner, and we'll also introduce you to our, what is it? I want to say a Culturama jingle, but it is so much more. It actually has video on it, so it's our promotional video Culturama jingle. It's very exciting, and I want to welcome you. I want to recognize the Minister of Culture, the Honorable Eric Evelyn. I see the Honorable Mr. Spencer Brand and his wife. We'd like to recognize you. We'd like to recognize our sponsors as well. And we welcome the media here this evening to the launch, or the media launch, of Culturama 2018. At this time, I'd want to introduce to our chairman of Culturama, Mr. Antonio Abernathy Liebert, to give some remarks.
Good evening, all. Let me recognize at this time the Minister with responsibility for culture and Culturama in the Nevis Island Administration, the Honorable Eric Evelyn. I would also like to recognize the Honorable Spencer Brand and Mrs. Brand. I would also like to recognize our winners that are present, the reigning Miss Culture, Kalicha Swanston, the reigning Miss Swimsuit, Terika Brown, and I think that I see our junior Calypso monarch, Mr. Teron Invincible Webb. We are here this evening to officially launch via this media press conference the activities and the activities for Culturama 2018. As the chairman, Mr. Huey Sargent, would have indicated, we are also going to be revealing several other things this evening because we want to have information about Culturama in the media from this evening. Today someone asked, why so early a launch? And I responded by saying, it has become customary over the years for people to say that they are not hearing anything about Culturama. Now I want to know what they will say this year when we have this media launch so early and we have our media personnel here to gather the information. And I know that later this evening that social media, the internet, the radio stations would be flooded with information about Culturama. Now, the activities for this festival begins now. And I can tell you that next Friday night, we have our first event on the calendar, which is a flag fest. And the activities will continue right down until the official start of the festival on July the 26th. So the official dates for Culturama this year, July 26th until August the 7th. Now permit me, I made an error in the beginning because we also have with us here this evening our slogan winner. And I would like to recognize her. She has been publicly announced, Miss Senaya Daniel. And I want to applaud her. I want all of us to applaud her for penning the winning slogan for Culturama 44. Fet, food, and folklore. Culturama 44. And I know that those of you who are already familiar with the slogan would be saying that this slogan is so fitting because it encompasses all that Culturama is. Fet. Last year we introduced a new activity to the calendar, a wet fet. And it was the biggest thing for the whole of Culturama 43. The young people would say it was a sell-off. This year we are back with additional fetes, and when the calendar of activity is unveiled, you would see that we have fetes and more fetes in galore. Food, our cultural food fair, one of the biggest events for Culturama. And I know that our locals and our visitors and returning nationals, when they come to Nevis for Culturama, they like to go in search of the local food. The local restaurants, I'm sure, would be serving all of the local foods that are available. Our food, at our food fair, the vendors will be vending local food, cassava bread, conky. And then we look at folklore. We have the masquerades, the clowns, the giant despair. And so it is such a fitting slogan that when we start to deliberate and to select the slogan, and we came upon fete, food, and folklore, it was a unanimous decision. The committee decided that this would be the most fitting slogan for this year's festival. Now, I'm not here to give a very long speech, and so I would want to encourage each and everyone here and those in the diaspora, those in St. Kitts, those in Nevis, to come and enjoy what we have dubbed as the Caribbean's greatest summer line, Nevis Culturama Festival 2018, July 26th until August 7th. We have a packed calendar of activities, and I am sure that at the end of this festival, like last year, you'll be saying, this was the best Culturama ever. Thank you, and thanks for coming.
Thank you, Mr. Leibod. Officially, we have to recognize the winner of the slogan competition. We had it down for a little bit later in the program. But since Mr. Leibod went ahead and recognized her, I want, for those of you who do not know who Sanaya is, I'm going to invite her up just so that we can see who she is. And she's the granddaughter of Calypso veteran. Pupa Wheeler is her grandfather. So Sanaya is a little bit shy, so I won't allow her to say anything, but you can just watch. Nice. I'd like to recognize two of our major sponsors for this year, representatives of Flow, Miss Charisma Patrick. I can't see you very well, but you're here. And I'm also seeing the outline of, I think it's Anthony Morton, who represents National Bank Group of Companies. And they are our major sponsors this year. Also, we want to recognize some of the hardworking people who have put together the festival. And all of us are not here at this time, but those persons in the shirts that similar to what I'm wearing, could you come forward and let people see so far who's been working for Culturama 2018. I don't know, maybe they're a little bit shy, but we had Mr. Leibod will give us the portfolios.
As Huey just indicated, some of the members are not here. But for the purpose of the media, we have Miss Tecia Burton, and she is the chairperson for the Miss Culture Queen pageant. We have Miss Sidama Jones, chairperson for the Miss Culture Swimwear Contest. Senior Calypso, we have the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Culture, Mr. Pete Glasgow. Junior Calypso, we have Mr. Warren Moving. Security, we have Mr. Sergeant Valentine Hodge. I think I saw him. Oh, Valentine is here. We have marketing and PRO, Mr. Huey Sargent. Cultural Street Parade Senior, that is, we have Mr. Roger Fifield. The Junior Cultural Street Parade this year will be organized by the good folks at the Nevis Cultural Development Foundation, the NCDF. Festival Development Officer, Miss Charmin Howell. Street Activities, Cultural Village Entertainment, Mr. Wazim Richards. We have Secretary to the committee, Miss Shakoya Flanders. And we have Soca Monarch Contest this year, chaired again by Mr. Remigio Tebelos Powell. Those are our committee members for Culturama 2018. And as Huey said, they have been working hard, they have been working long and overtime over the past weeks and months to prepare this festival for you. Let us give them a round of applause.
Thank you very much. We've had quite a bit of talking so far. So at this time, it is my pleasure to hand it over to our technical crew. So we'll be having the unveiling of our Culturama jingle and promotional video. Okay, I had to ask him to play it twice because I remember the first time watching it, I kept wanting to see more. So just in case you missed something, we played it twice. And don't worry, you'll see it quite a lot. For this jingle, we have to credit for this X-Man who did lead vocals, Lauren Barry who did backup, Beast Mode Production and Icebox Studios did the mixing and mastering. And the video was done by Mr. Kerry Williams of NTV. At this time, I'd like to invite the representative of Flow, Ms. Charisma Patrick, our C44 Platinum sponsor, to give some remarks.
Allow me to adopt the protocol already established. Good evening, everyone. Flow is once again truly elated to be the official corporate platinum sponsor for Culturama 44. Flow stands steadfast and committed to its continued growth for many more years to come. Fet, food, and folklore. Culturama 44.
I like Flow. Flow is really good. Thank you, Charisma. At this time, we continue with the media releases. We also have, and we want to recognize and introduce to you our patron for Culturama 44. And we met him a few days ago, and we wanted to do a little something a little bit different. So we have a video reel ready for the introduction of our Culturama 44 patron.
This shall be the death of humiliation. Enter the Christian and a period with a little bit of grand music. I indeed born in your dominion, but your service was hard and your wages so that a man could not live on. For the wages of sin is death. When I came to myself, I did not consider a person to. Look out, perhaps I meant myself. I strike, you know what one death begun. Apollyon, rejoice not over me thy enemy, for when I fall, I shall rise again. Is it thy right, Jerusalem, then? Yet it is so. Let a man have one of these in his arms to hold it, skill to use it. It might bend upon an angel, it might cut both flesh, bone, spirit and arm, and the edge will never blunt.
As you can see, it's Mr. Clefrin Shine Daniel. I don't know how old Mr. Daniel is. Come forward, Mr. Daniel. I don't know how old Mr. Daniel is, but from that performance, it looks like he was 20. But I also heard that you started to play Giant Display at 20.
I started to play Giant Display at 20.
So how old are you now?
Right now, I am 65.
And that video was done a couple of days ago, and you wouldn't understand or you wouldn't believe that he's 65 because he did such a good job at it. Thank you very much, and thank you for accepting to being patron of Culturama 44.
Thank you very much.
And we're moving swiftly along. And I'm enjoying this space. And at this time, I'm putting a little bit of pressure on the technical crew behind here because we want to unveil the program of activities for Culturama 2018 starting on July 26, 2018. Thank you very much, and that is the official program of activities for Culturama 2018. We also have quite a number of pre-activities that are happening, and this also is not the final list because we still have people approaching us wanting to undertake activities for Culturama 44. Let me give a quick rundown of what's happening in terms of our pre-activities. The first activity really is this media launch, and it's today, April 20th. We have our next official activity on the 8th of June, which is the reveal of our Culturama 44 contestants and participants. From the 22nd to the 22nd of June to the 20th of July, we have something called Bacchanal Fridays. We had, and we've previously had Bacchanal Corner in Charlestown. But Bacchanal Fridays, what we're seeking to do is to take Culturama to quite a number of the bars and hotspots around the island. So we have Bacchanal Fridays every Friday, starting on June 22nd. We're going to be going to various spots on the island. From July 5th to 8th, we're partnering with the Nevis Tourism Authority, and they're having the Nevis Mango Festival. That's from July 5th to July 8th. On Friday, July 13th, we have something called Friday Friction, and I'll leave it at that at this moment because I hear it's something really big. Through the initiative of one of our committee members, Mr. Wazim Richards, we have Culturama Coney Island, and that takes place from July 6th to 15th, 2018. We have the Senior Kaiso quarterfinals on Saturday, July 7th. We also have Musical Cornucopia and Richards Promotions Epic 4-in-1 Fete on Friday, July 20th. The opening of the Cultural Village, and it is doubled with the Soca Monarch semifinals. It's on Saturday, July 21st. And we also have on Saturday, July 22nd, the TC&A Culturama Games. And those are the pre-activities, and that's not all, because we still have persons who are trying to get in on what we see as a really very packed calendar already. So we have quite a lot of options for persons wanting to participate in Culturama 2018. At this time, I'm going to invite the Honorable Minister of Culture, the Honorable Eric Evelyn, to give us some remarks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sergeant. I want to say good evening to all of us who are gathered here this evening for this very special occasion, the media launch of Culturama 44. Let me first of all recognize my cabinet colleague, the Honorable Spencer Brand and Mrs. Brand. I also want to recognize Mr. Liebert, the Executive Director of the Culturama Secretariat, and all of the committee members who are here with us this evening. I also want to recognize our winners from last year, the slogan winner, the patron for this year, our sponsors. Very special good evening to you as well. And all of the partners who have been involved in Culturama for the past years and who will be involved in Culturama 44. I'm indeed very pleased to be here this evening as we kick off activities for Culturama in this media launch. And I must commend very highly the members of the committee for putting this media launch together. And what we are ensuring that from very early during the course of this year, the media will have much to do with Culturama 44. I wanted this time to congratulate our slogan winner, Miss Daniel, Fete, Food and Folklore, Culturama 44. And of course, as the Executive Director would have indicated, Over the past years, we have been trying our best to partner with private persons and private organizations to ensure that we have more variety in our program. And we are increasing our FETs. And of course, food is a huge thing for Culturama. And I have also challenged the NCDF to ensure that for Culturama 44, we have added folklore, much more than what we've had in the past. And it is quite fitting and appropriate that for 2018, our patron is Mr. Shine Daniel, who has been at the forefront of folklore here on the island of Nevis. And so our patron is a folklore man, and we would have also heard that for 2018, we will be having a junior street parade. And we will ensure during our junior street parade that we have folklore in galore. I want to challenge the committee, and in particular, the Public Relations Subcommittee, to ensure that you use all of the media possible, and all of the social platforms possible, social media platforms possible. We want to get the message of Culturama out far and wide. In the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, across the region, in the diaspora, because we want Culturama 44 to be the biggest and the grandest ever. I know it has been said over and over that Culturama last year was the best ever. But as the new Minister of Culture, I want to have bragging rights to say that Culturama 2018 was in fact and indeed the biggest ever staged in Nevis. I want Culturama to live up to its name, the greatest summer lime on earth. We have various other summer limes across the region, but we here in Nevis, we want to be proud to say that Culturama is actually the greatest summer lime, not only in the region, but throughout the entire world. And so I want to challenge the committee. I want to congratulate the committee for coming up with a packed program, a program that has variety, a program that is geared towards the involvement of all, a program that will ensure that everyone on Nevis will enjoy the festival. And I also want to encourage persons on the island, in particular members of the general public who are not normally part of the festival. I want to encourage you to make sure that for 2018, you're not only on the sidelines, but you're a part of the festival. Irrespective of your color, your creed, your race, your religion, we want you to be a part of the festival for 2018. I will try my best to ensure that I am a part of whatever I can be a part of. I have been a part of the festival in the past, and I'm pledging to be a part of the festival again in 2018. And I want that pledge from members of the general public. And as I said, I would want the bragging rights that this one will be the biggest ever. I also want to thank the members of the committee once again for coming on board to serve. I had the option of choosing new members for the committee, and I decided to go with the old committee because they came up with a fantastic show last year, and I'm confident that they can come up with something even better for 2018. So I want to thank the committee once again for volunteering your time and your expertise, and I'm confident that 2018 will be a Culturama that will be the most memorable. I want to thank once again our sponsors, and in particular our platinum sponsor Flo. I absolutely loved the young lady who came on stage tonight. She was short and sweet, but the check will be long. So I want to thank you once again, Flo. And I want to thank all of the other sponsors. I see my good friend Mr. Morton here from National Bank. And of course, we have gotten the commitment that National will be increasing the sponsorship this year. And we want other corporate sponsors to do likewise and increase the sponsorship. So I want to thank all who would have been involved in making tonight's media launch possible. And once again, we promise you that 2018 Culturama will be the greatest summer lime on earth. Thank you. God bless. Happy Culturama to all. Thank you for coming out and enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. One of the things that I hear him saying is that Culturama 44 will be the biggest ever. When we started as a committee last year, we had a 3-year development plan. 43 was really, really good. 44 promises to be better. So I'm really hoping we're all around for 45 because there are no words. At this time, we have 2 troop organizers here this evening, and I'll invite Mr. Rohan Claxton first to come and speak about his troop.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we want to use this opportunity to launch and showcase local talent. And we are here tonight to give you a sample. And this troupe is going to be for Parade Day. And it's going to be full of splendor, life, and color. Ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to adopt the protocol that was established. So, without further ado, Mr. DJ, give me some music to bring on our sample. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Precious Creations, Fearless Pleasure. Our lovely ladies are showcasing part of our sections. This troupe will have 3 sections, namely Paradise Galore, Fuego Explosion, and Royal Scandal. Now this is a sample of Royal Scandal, ladies, and it's going to be an all-female troupe. So we're looking forward for lovely ladies who are bold and ambitious and proud and beautiful and sexy just like these to come and showcase. Designs were done by Precious Creations. I don't know where she disappeared to. Where is she? The designer and all the costumes were designed making crochet or yarn. Please. And this is our designer, Miss Marissa Claxton. We're offering an early bird special until the end of May, early June. Registration is just $200. And if you come late, you know it has to be a little more. Don't forget it's a well-packaged deal. We want to invite the ladies to come on stage more in the lights. Fearless Pleasure for 2018. Fet, Food, and Folklore. Culturama 44. It's all about local, being local, vocal about local. So registration is open right now. Be part of this 2018 troupe. Fearless Pleasure. Yes, it's going to be exciting on Parade Day. Lots of excitement. We want to be vocal about local. locally made costume designs for Culturama 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Fearless Pleasure, presented by Precious Creations. And thank you very much.
Mr. Rohan Claxton is a co-worker of mine, and I know he works at agriculture because he talks about vocal about local. We like to eat local and be local about everything. And we want to thank the ladies. They look a little bit shy, but the costumes do look really lovely. At this time, I want to introduce a representative from Core, because they're going to do a performance, and they're going to talk about their troop activities as well. I can't find Speedy. Speedy said he worked with a mic in his hand, but okay.
Yeah, special good night, one and all. My name is Taiwan Speedy Jeffers from the Core Band. Oh, how you doing, man? I just want to adopt the protocol previously established. What's up, what's up? Well, today, April the 20th, is a very special day for us as Nivisions because, well, for me too, especially, but it's the media launch of Culturama 44, and it's the release of my brand new track for 2018 for the greatest summer line entitled A Piece of the Road. And for the very first time, I'm going to do it live here on the media launch. So I just want one and all to listen. You all might heard it earlier on Facebook. Whoever listened to Freedom FM this afternoon might have heard it. But tonight, I'm going to do it live and lively for the very first time. My brand new track for 2018, A Piece of the Road. Music, man. Boy! Whoa, 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 whoa! A Speedy. So tell all your friends them. We are gonna mash up the road, rip up the road, take up the road. Hey! Last year was the first time I had a long jam session, and ripping the road wasn't my thought. Oh no, it wasn't my intention. When I grabbed the mic and I touched the road, oh yes, it was a sweet sensation. When the big truck rolling down in the heart of tongue, it was pure confusion. The chairman calling and he bleeding, public works calling and they begging, the minister calling and he bawling. But I could call my phone till the battery done, I don't care. I'm taking a piece of the road, and I'll be jamming out of control. I tell you, I'm taking a piece of the road, and I'll be fetting out of control. I tell you, I'm taking the road, I'm walking with it. 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 I'm taking a piece of the road, and I'll be jamming out of control. I tell you, I'm taking a piece of the road, and I'll be fetting out of control. I tell you, troops and bands, they on the road in all their splendor. They waiting all year to play mass and fed together, getting on band and winding up. Yes, that is the order. When it comes to last up, jump up, you don't know it's be a disaster. The chairman calling, and he, the minister calling, and he, over them they calling, and they begging. But I could call my phone till the battery done, I don't care. I'm taking a piece of the road, and I'll be jamming out of control. I tell you, I'm taking a piece of the road, and I'll be fetting out of control. I tell you, I'm taking the road, I'm walking with it. 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 I'm taking a piece of the road, and I'll be jamming out of control. I tell you, I'm taking a piece of the road, and I'll be fetting out of control. I tell you, niceness, easy. So yeah, look out. This Culturama gonna be real nice. And I just want to let everybody know, it will be very rude of me to not introduce the reigning soca monarch, Goofy and Power King, my brother Deli Ranks, to come do a thing. It's gonna be very rude of me. So bro, come on, take this thing now, man. Let me make this thing great. This year, me and you, know. And me and you this year, though. What do you think, bro?
As you guys know, I released one song already. But this is not the time for that. And I left that one for a different level. Why? I don't want nobody to bend over tonight. So anyway, I'm going to give you one that mash up the festival. It's Culturama time. And we're going to start it from now. Somebody say, whoa! Say, gimme, 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 gimme! Why, yo! If you know this one, you can feel free to sing. Come on! Sanga diggy diggy. Sanga diggy diggy. Sanga diggy diggy. Say, gimme, 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 gimme! See it? Big up yourself, you're taking a piece of the road. How you mean? Master Blue! Gimme! Sanga diggy diggy. Sanga diggy diggy. Mother! Come on! The people jamming to the urban rhythm. All the rocks them waving. Everybody chanting, singing. Whoa! Whoa! Sanga diggy diggy. Whoa! Whoa! Revelers sweating from dusk till morning. All the rum and drinking. Everybody chanting, singing. I can't hear you. Sugar Hill, I hear you. Sugar Hill, I hear you. Let's go. Said you every morning and parade day. We having fun. We jamming as one. As one, as one. It's a festival only once a year, so enjoy the festivities. Come again next year. Why yo? Let's go. Say string band, brass band, jamming with this steel band. Teen show, green show, whining to calypso. Juve morning and Friday when the band them on the road. As we walking up, we jumping up. Why yo 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 yo? We love the festival. Let's go. We love the festival. You love Culturama, right? If you love Culturama, scream. If you love Culturama, say whoa. What we gonna do? I say we liming, 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 jamming, jamming, jamming. We drinking, drinking, drinking. We fetting, fetting. Good night. Thank you. Boy. Boy.
Yeah. So before we leave the core team, we just want to invite one and all to put in your pre-orders for your packages for the biggest party on the road. Come August the 6th. You don't want to miss it. We don't want to wait until we turn off. People are ball, we package. They're going hot. You understand? So I just want everybody to link up, get your pre-orders in, and gear up yourself for the biggest party on the road come the 6th of August. And not but niceness. Big up.
Thank you, Speedy. Thank you, Core. And wait. Mr. Claxton said he had one more thing he forgot to say, so I think I'm going to come and let him say that one more thing that he had to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Shozanda School of Music celebrating 10 years of music education to Nevis and the Federation. And on August 6th, we are organizing an all-time mass Juve Troop, where everybody could come and jam with the steel pan music in your nightie and your pajamas. So those of you who are interested, feel free to come and discuss the all-time mass. So we want Mr. Keatley, Amri, and Abo, and Huey, you ever jam behind steel pan yet? We're going to be chipping, you know? Yes. So I'm encouraging one and all, when you come to Nevis, check out the old-time mass Pajama Jam 90 session with the Shozanda School of Music celebrating 10 years. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and that's what I like to hear and see. We have quite a bit of things going on for Culturama 44. And this time, we continue to showcase those persons who are undertaking activities. At this time, I want to invite Mr. Everett France to share with us some of what he has planned for Culturama 44.
Hello, good night, everyone. So for this year, Culturama C44, first thing that we have is the C44 Flag Fete. That's going to be on the 28th of April. That's going to be in the Culturama Village. That's basically an event covering all different nationalities here living in Nevis. One people, one family. Want everyone to come out, support the nationality, and represent where you come from. The next event we'll be hosting will be the Culturama Glofet. That's going to be event where, as you said last year, it's going to be lit. So come out. We're going to make sure you have lots of glow, lots of effect, and make sure you enjoy yourself with a packed lineup. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. France, and that's what we like. We like private persons who join the Culturama committee. Well, at this time as well, I want to invite Mr. Ricky Hill to talk about I think it's the boat ride. No, it's not the boat ride. It's the poker run. Yes, it's the poker run, Mr. Ricky Hill.
Good evening, everybody. I'm just going to say a little bit. It's the second poker run for Nevis. We have the party boat. We got the party boat and a lot of boats on the water. Hopefully, we got Tatola and Anguilla coming up for the poker run, which will be on the 29th. And also, we're linking up with the Empire Sports Club on the Saturday the 28th. We're going to do a teaser, like a speedboat race on the water, on the shoreline. So that's all I have to say for now. So it's the 28th speedboat race, linking up with Empire Sports Club. And then the big one is the poker run on the 29th, which is the Sunday. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hill. Well, not quite yet for the Sugar Hill, but thank you, Mr. Hill, for updating us on the poker run. Mr. France, he told me he was a little bit nervous when he was up here. He left these two things here on the podium. I think they are tickets for the Flag Fete. And what should I do with them, sir? You want me to keep them? Well, okay. Who can tell me, whoever reached first and tell me the slogan for Culturama 43? I think that's what you said, right? Culturama 43 slogan, and I think one of these would belong to you. Nobody remembers the slogan for Culturama 43. That is very disappointing. Should I raffle these on our Facebook page? Because it's... I have to check with Abo to make sure that... Well, come and talk in the mic.
Our festival, our legacy, Culturama 43.
Very well, very well. I think you should go over and give Mr. France a hug, because Mr. France is the Well, there's another ticket that Mr. France left here. And the question now, who was Culturama 43 patron? We know who 44's patron is, but who was Culturama 43's patron?
Joseph Claxton, Mr. Joseph Claxton.
Mr. France is eating now, so you still have to give him a hug, though. Thank you very much. We're going quite nicely here. We're going quite nicely. I think it's time. We're about to wrap up this media launch of Culturama 44. I want to thank every one of you for coming out. I want to thank those persons who would have joined us on the Culturama Facebook page, Nevis Television, both on cable and online. We have the Culturama Facebook page. We have culturamanevis.com. We also were joined live in our production here by nevispages.com. We want to thank the media for coming out and for supporting Culturama, as you do every year. And we want to thank all of the persons who have participated in the past and will continue to participate through Culturama 44 and into Culturama 45. I want to recognize as well and thank as well all of our winners for 43 for being here. I want to invite, as we end this media launch, the Sugar Hill String Band. But I see them also engaging in quite a number of other activities, so I'm not sure if they're ready to play. But in the meantime, I think we have Mr. David Walwyn around. Mr. David Walwyn also is producing an event, so I'll invite you now to come and give us a little briefing of what your event is about, and then we'll go into the Sugar Hill String Band.
All right, thank you. We have the second annual Fittest of the Fit competition and the Mr. Physique show. That's going to consist of athletes coming from different Caribbean islands to compete against the Fittest of the Fit. And we also have the Mr. Physique with athletes coming from various islands to compete for the best bodies. That's going to be July the 29th, and it's going to be a full day of activity, starting with the Fittest of the Fit at 10 a.m., and the Mr. Physique competition at 3 p.m. So it should be a full fun day of activities for all those fitness enthusiasts. Hope to see you guys there.
I will fly, fly away, and be at rest. Yellow bird, up in banana tree. Yellow bird, come on, oh sit down alone like me. With my little friend, yes we meet again. That was very sad. You make me feel so bad. I fly away, in the sky away, girl. You were so lucky than me. I wish I was a yellow bird. I fly away with you. But I'm not a yellow bird, no. Here alone I sit. Come on, yellow bird. Up in banana tree. Yellow bird. What's it all alone like me? With my little friend. Yes, we meet again. That's a very sad girl. Make me feel so bad. I fly away, in the sky away. You were so lucky than me. I wish I was a yellow bird. I fly away with you. But I'm not a yellow bird, no. Here alone I sit one more time. Yellow bird. Up in banana tree. Yellow bird, come on, what's it all alone like me? With my little friend, yes we meet again. That's a very sad girl. Make me feel so bad. I fly away, in the sky away. You were the lucky than me. Da 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 da. Dee da da. Dee da da. Dee da da. Hey, mommy oh. Mommy oh. Mommy oh. Lord. Mommy oh. Come on. Hey. No hold me, no hold me.
Let me go, let me go.
Me come to mash up the party. Hey. No hold me, no hold me.
Let me go, let me go.
Me come to mash up the party. Hey. We jamming till the morning. Jamming till the morning. We jamming till the morning. Jamming till the morning. Mami, oh. Mami, oh, Lord. Mami, oh. Come on. Mami, oh. I believe only. Believe only. Hey, and my ring, and my ring, and my ring. Believe only. Believe only. And my ring, and my ring, my ring. Me nah go home. Me nah go home. Sugar Hill jamming. Me nah go home till the morning. Me nah go home. Sugar Hill jamming. Mami, oh, hi. Mami, oh, come on. Mami, oh, Lord. Mami, oh, hi. Woyo. 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 Hey. Woyo. Hi. Mami, oh. Mami, oh. Come on. Mami, oh. Hey. Mami, oh.
Drumming, and you whining, and you moving, and you moving.
Drumming, and you whining, and you moving, and you moving.
What I say?
Jam it up, jam it up.